Okay, I've got good news and bad news for you this morning. Good news is we are living longer. Yay! Bad news is we're getting sick earlier. And we're staying sick for longer. Now, did you know that just last year alone, we consumed 530 million prescription drugs? And most of these were consumed for chronic disease. Now this is public enemy number 1, heart disease. Heart disease is a lifestyle problem, really. Our lifestyle has become our mortal adversary. This was not the problem just 100 years ago. Did you know that? Heart disease was a malady of the elderly. Just in 1912, the very first case of heart disease was described in the Journal of American Medical Association. This is testimony to the fact that heart disease was so rare in those days. They had an article especially to describe this condition that didn't exist. Fast forward 100 years, cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer. What happened? Does anybody want to guess what happened in 100 years that caused these figures to change so much? From non-existent to a huge problem, the first problem, biggest problem. Smoking? Yes. I had lifestyle change? Yes. Diet? We're thriving food, processed food industry. We sit on our butts or lie on our back most of the day. Lack of exercise. TV, computers, cars. Yep, you got it. Stress? Who's got no stress in their lives? Now, how does heart disease start? It starts with this process called atherosclerosis, which is the formation of a fibrous plug within the blood vessel. Now, cancer does not happen overnight. Cancer takes 10 to 20 years to develop, and usually by the time we get the symptoms, it's way too late. Did you know that you could have 90% of your kidney fail and still not know that you have kidney failure? Did you know? No. What does this tell us? And did you know you could have 90% of your liver fail and still be able to function very well? So when my patients tell me, I feel well, Giselle, I tell them, your blood tells me you are not well. You see, feeling well is not a barometer for your health status. It really isn't, because our body has amazing, powerful, miraculous compensatory mechanisms in place to make sure you can keep chugging and chugging and chugging until you cannot chug anymore. Let me explain what happens when a cell respires. Now, when you ingest food and when you breathe in oxygen, your food and your oxygen go into the cell, into a powerhouse called the mitochondria. Okay? This powerhouse literally produces power. It produces energy and water and carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide we breathe out, right? And in the process, free radicals are generated because this process is not fully efficient. You can think of this process a bit like burning of a piece of wood in the fireplace. It's exactly the same. Okay, so what's the way forward? Now that I've sufficiently depressed you with all that can go wrong, let's talk about some solutions, shall we? Okay. So by now I've given you enough evidence that diet and chronic diseases are inextricably linked. Have I? Yes. Okay, it's fish oils. Who's taking fish oils at the moment? Good. Those of you who are not taking, take them today. And take them for the rest of your life. Religiously. And I'm going to explain why. But one study I'd like to really highlight to you, okay, is the GATE study. GATE, G-A-I-T. It's called glucosamine chondroitin arthritis intervention trial. This was a trial that involved 1,583 individuals, right? And it was a $12 million study. It was supposed to be the definitive word on glucosamine. And everyone was holding their breath and claim your right to live deeply and live a life you love and live your best life ever. Okay, with this, I finish my presentation.